Actually, if you close your eyes and imagine you're in a beige cabin with a thicker steering wheel that is a little bit more pampering, softer, but with wood veneer.
Yeah.
Okay, imagine that with that NVH.
You could be in an Lexus.
You could be in a Range Rover.
You could be in a Range Rover.
Yeah.
So, Autophiles.
Oh, we're rolling.
We're rolling.
Yeah. Oh, I just call Mazda Land Rover
on camera, and you didn't know. So we're in a Mazda CX-8.
Oh, 8, CX-8, man. Explain to me a little bit about this product. What the heck was it meant to be?
Okay, back in 2017, Mazda, they showed it. They said we're going to slot something in between CX-5 and CX-9. And then they did it, and they decided to CKD this. Yeah. Mazda realized their sedans are not flying, their hatchbacks are not flying.
Yeah.
So they doubled down on SUVs.
Okay.
They opened up a new segment, and also in Penang, where they CKD the CX-5. They CKD not just for Malaysia, they CKD for the entire region. They launched 4 models. 3 of them are the 2.5 litre.
Okay.
And
one is a diesel.
And one is a diesel. And then there's also like variants inside. So the base model, you get fabric inside.
Okay.
And you get a 7-seater. So the middle row is a 3-seat.
Bench lah.
A bench.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is two individual.
Yeah. This is like 2 captain seats and then 2 smaller seats at the back.
Okay. It's a good compromise.
Yeah. And then if you want all-wheel drive, you have to get a diesel. That's the only one.
This is a front-wheel drive.
This is front-wheel drive.
Okay.
And it's sufficient.
2.5 in line 4 lah.
Yeah.
My first impression is personally I feel a problem with Mazda now. I can't deny it's a good looking thing, but it's like dating a girl with quadruplet sisters. They all look the same.
Yeah.
And then he has an elder sister that also looks the same.
You accidentally grab one. So like, oh shit, no, is this a right girl?
So the looks was a bit of a turn off. Not because it's ugly, it is very good looking. But you've seen models that are good looking, but you don't feel for them. That's exactly how I feel about this car lah.
Right.
About Mazda's look lah, which it doesn't speak to me. My first impression, coming in, I had a wrong impression. I thought it was an extended CX-5. So when I looked at the material, I looked at the car, I'm like, wait a second. Yeah. If this thing is below 200,000, dude, no way. This is a lot of value here. So I was quite surprised. And to be honest, I took it for a quick drive. Hell, man.
Good, right?
It's so good, man. It is premium lah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say almost premium. It is premium.
Yeah.
Full stop. It is premium.
So we go into performance?
Yes, let's go into performance.
Yeah.
So this is a 2.5
Yes, 2.5 gasoline engine, no turbo.
Not direct injection.
Direct injection.
The figures are facts boy. Yeah, facts boy. Tell me about the figures.
190 horsepower and I think 260.
This car has an eagerness, on the highway. It has that eagerness.
You're not going fast, you know?
No,
it's just like.
No, but it wants to go.
It wants to keep going.
It wants to go, man. It wants to keep
going.
And you're like 110 in a Range Rover 110. You'd be like, is my plastic melting? But over here, I was like, oh, I want to go. Go, but then you're doing 110. Like,
but it's fine. I love that about this car.
I know. And it's like there is almost a locomotiveness to its way, the way it wants to just move forward.
It's that old BMW spirit.
Yes. Like you wake, like the whole car wakes up like after 100 like that, you know. Oh, talk about the automatic. It's good, bro.
Good, fast.
Oh, instantaneous. Almost a ZF.
And not 6-speed. And that's all you need.
Yeah. That's all you need, man.
I mean, it'd be nice to have like 8-speed for
Imagine
overdrive.
if you ask BMW to tune this and then get a ZF in.
As it is for a car of this class.
Actually, it's good enough.
It's good enough.
It's good enough. I'm not going to complain. BMW just overdo things.
Yeah.
Wow, the engine is beautiful to rev. It is smooth and active and eager.
Linear.
It's linear, it is smooth, and it wants to rev, you know. This one is,
Please rev me.
Yeah, please rev me. I'll show you what I can do, you know. And it's pleasant. It sings.
And just enough power.
Yeah. And look at, I was being very reckless going through all these bumps. Barely braking.
Yeah, my back doesn't feel bad at all.
Good,
This Mazda does in-town driving really well.
Yeah,
because it lightens up so much. And it disappears.
Yeah.
You know, when it's going like this speed, it just like completely just you can do whatever, you can go over bumps, and then you're going up over really hard, like you're off the shoulder already.
Dude, I can't feel
You can't feel anything.
Dude, I was like expecting to hear
Nothing.
Holy shit, I like it.
Comfort, I think was fantastic in this
Okay, fantastic.
as in, you know, you don't expect Mazda to deliver on comfort too much.
I'm sure they can quantify it, lah.
Yeah.
You know, how much vibration, how much it pampers you. I can't give you an exact figure, but I can tell you this thing. It does not lose to an entry level. When I say entry level European car, I meant 3 Series C class. Of course, you can't yet compare to the 5 and the E's, lah. It's close, lah. It's close, but it's not there yet, lah. There are some elements not there yet.
The noise proofing, I think, is
very good.
Is almost there.
It's very good.
It's almost E-class.
And this one, I think we have to talk about it because the NVH, wow, the quality of the NVH in here,
so good.
To be honest, it is not extraordinary considering the cars that we usually drive.
You can still hear the engine. You can still hear some cars around you.
Okay. Like motorbikes and whatnot. Yeah. But the road noise is not really there, isn't it?
But I think you notice the same thing I noticed.
Right.
When you go over bumps, like the shock gets sent throughout the chassis, you know? So you don't feel it, which is really good.
Yeah.
The problem is you see the entire dashboard flex. Like whoa, what the?
The fittings they move
Not to say, it's not like I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not saying like the whole thing actually moves, but you can see the plastic where it's attached. Is not so rigid.
It's a Mazda problem.
There's like a flex to the whole.
The first time I noticed Japanese cars are not so well screwed together is a Mazda CX-5, the previous generation. I was knocking on the door and I'm like, what the hell? This is a bit better than that. But still, this is not good, man. This is not good, especially by Chinese and Korean standard today.
X70 is like one solid piece of rock.
It does not move when you slap on it. You know, but this one, look at that, you can hear the inside as well. I mean, it is not alarming because this is what Mazda has been doing for the past 10 years. If you looked at all the Mazda in the past and you think that its fit and fitting is fine, then it's fine. But to me, I find it a bit alarming.
And you know, Mazda wants to jump into premium. You cannot jump into premium until you do that.
I mean, you're not making a Z4, you know. Because if you're making a Ferrari, I tell you, he's set in a Ferrari, every fucking thing squeaks. You get what I mean? But, you know, it's a Ferrari. You know, you accept that. But if you're talking about a premium car like a Mercedes-Benz, even BMW when it's brand new, it doesn't squeak like this, man. You gotta sort it out. You really gotta sort it. Because if it squeaks like this now, in 3 years' time,
it's gonna squeak like
it's gonna squeak everywhere. For a car of this size with that much leather rubbing each other, the whole thing will squeak, man. You will be blasting your music just to
singing along,
just not to suffer the echo chamber of squeaks. So I mean, the reality is, I mean, it's not alarming, it's very Japanese in standard. It's not particularly low or anything, but you want to go premium, you gotta sort this out. But comfort-wise, I think the chassis is solid enough, comfortable enough. In the way the suspensions and the shocks are tough enough to handle most of the rough roads of Malaysia standard. In fact, I even purposely went off-road a little bit, not off-road but road
on
curb.
On the shoulder.
Shoulder of the road, and then can barely feel anything. Now, I'm not saying that this car is really tough because I've driven tough stuff like FJ Cruiser. Those things are really tough and they pummel the road in. No, this car does not pummel the road in, but it's tougher than most punishment that a reasonable usage on a daily basis can throw at it.
And it's tougher than what you'd expect a Mazda SUV.
Definitely. It's tougher than I expected it to be, which is good, which is the right thing to do. I think it's a very good balance they have achieved here.
And then final aspect of performance I think we have to talk about is as a passenger mover. Because this is marketed as like a 6-seater SUV. There's a 7-seater version also. I don't know if I would ever use it in that way.
It's not hard actually to be honest the leg room is not bad. And the headroom I can't sit straight here but for 80% of humanity this is okay. So
if you have teenagers, I suppose you can put them in the back. And then on weekdays you can be chauffeured in this car because the back seats,
I was sitting at the back in the back seat just now. It is chauffeurable from what I can see. Not bad. Leg room, as you can see, amazing stuff. And that is my sitting position.
Headroom
is okay. So that was performance.
It's
4 out of 5, brother.
4. I think I want to give it a little bit more because it's an almost A+ product. I would
But
give it
you-
a 4.2, 4.3.
Oh, you're so generous
It's good,
because
it's
you're a
good.
Mazda boy.
I'm not, I'm a Honda boy.
Oh, Honda boys.
Yeah.
When in the absence of Honda, Mazda.
In the absence, yeah.
In the absence of Honda.
Okay, you'll do, come here.
Yeah, overall, very high score lah. Mine is 4 out of 5. Yours is a 4.2 out of 5.
Design.
Design, okay. I cannot be impartial here because I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
I didn't like it. I mean, it looks the same. What do you want me to say? It's a good-looking face, like a model you see on a
Yeah.
poster, but you don't feel. Well,
There's no...
I don't feel connected.
No. What you're saying is exactly right.
It
They
is.
take a lot of the lines from the CX-5, like this thing.
It's the
here.
same thing.
Same
The
thing, yeah.
icon vents. It's familiar,
Yeah.
but in a bad way because it's familiar in the exact same way.
In fact, I would say it's maybe slightly disappointing.
Oh,
because
wow.
there are Mazdas which are to me generally wow, you
Like
look
what?
like the 3 hatchback. It makes you look,
Okay, 3 hatchback.
Yeah, 3
the
hatchback.
latest one.
The latest one.
Okay.
You do-
I mean, there is some design element.
There's some character to it,
Yeah.
And then I would say the CX-5 also is not too bad. Like
CX-5,
it's a very mainstream car.
Yeah.
But every time you see it, you don't feel like it's a mainstream.
But that one is like a seal of approval for
Yeah,
Mazda.
yeah.
It's like that flagship.
This
look,
is
how it looks.
this
Like.
is
Everything
the
is a
default, yeah.
Everything is a deviation
Yes.
from that, right? Whereas the tree doesn't.
The
You're
tree-
right. The tree looks distinctly itself.
Yeah, because the 3 is the start of a new generation. I think this is a slight disappointment because
Because it looks exactly the same as the previous generation.
No, because it came in after the 3.
Yeah.
As in they started selling this after they started selling the 3.
Right.
And it's using old parts.
And old looks.
All looks.
Older than the current tree.
Yes. They basically took all their parts bin stuff
I agree with you.
and then they say, okay, since there's no one in the segment, I think we can
be lazy.
We can be a bit lazy.
Yeah.
We don't have to over innovate.
You're right.
Just plunk.
You're right.
You know?
Which means that most likely they'll do something about the facelift lah.
Which is fine lah. I mean, because they have no competition at the
Yeah.
moment, they can do this. But because they did this, we have to give it slightly lower.
Yes, I cannot give it anything more than a 3.5.
Yes,
lah.
3.5. Value.
Value, yes. Play. Guess the price.
So there's 4 variants of this.
Yeah.
We have the low model, 2.5 mid they call it.
It's the same engine, same gearbox.
Yeah, just fabric seats,
Fabric
no
seats.
no active safety,
No this display.
no display, and then the middle row is a bench.
Okay, a bench.
But
Okay.
besides that, most of the spec I think is very similar.
Very similar.
Maybe the instrument cluster will be all analog.
Okay, this one has a digital.
There's a digital element to it.
Okay, let's guess that price.
Yeah.
Then I'll guess this.
Okay.
Okay, that one I guess 190.
That one is 185.
Holy sh!
In fact, I think it's 182.
I am
Right.
5% off!
Yeah.
No way.
Wait.
If that is 182, that means it's 199.
Yeah, correct.
Huh?
Yeah, this is 199.
199?
Before
That's 182.
not on the road lah.
Yeah.
Selling price.
Selling price. The only thing is, with this money, why are you not buying a Recon Toyota Alphard?
That's why the first thing I said when we came in is it's for people who don't want the Alphard. Because some people seriously have problems with the Alphard.
I know, because the driving characteristics is still a van lah.
If let's say you live in a condo, you have 1 or 2 parking spots.
Yeah,
parking lots,
you need one car.
You need one car, and they don't want to sacrifice their image.
Yeah.
They don't want to drive a van.
Yeah, so this is a good compromise lah.
Yeah.
I mean, not everyone is lucky enough to have like 6 parking space lah. So if you are wealthy, you live in a landed property and you have like 5-6 parking space, go ahead, get an Alphard. No, cannot compromise lah in that way, because the rear seat of an Alphard is more comfortable than a rear seat in a
Than the
any
front
car.
seat of
Of
some
many
cars.
Most cars, you look at it so damn wide, But if you have to compromise in terms of car ownership, I can't think of anything lah. I mean, of course there are alternatives. What else? No, there is the Toyota Fortuner real 7-seat also.
Yeah.
A little bit bigger in the Fortuner, but that thing is rough, man. That's a Neanderthal. That's a stone axe.
Yeah.
This is a precision cutting machine. If you have no issue of needing to pummel the road into submission, you should get this lah. I mean, it's a much better product lah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think value is solid 4+.
value is, I will give it a 4 lah. Autophiles signing out of a Mazda CX-8.
Yeah, CX-8.
8. Yeah.
2.5 high.
Wow, Carlos goes says that Nissan will bankrupt in 2 years. Of course he says so lah.
Yeah, now he'll say it. Because of all the things I've done, Nissan will back up in 2
I can't
years.
imagine him sitting in a piano box. Hiding in a piano box. I wonder what food they left him. He's probably given a bottle to pee in.
Oh yeah.
And then probably has to take laxative like 2 nights before to make sure he don't
flush his system.
so that he doesn't need to.
I hope the Netflix documentary that eventually comes out goes through all these details.
Yeah.